Just touched down, back on road. Counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my strike a pose. Hop in mode, hop in mode. Touchdown, man, we back on road. Spending money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my strike a pose. Hop in mode, hop in mode.
Don't forget, set the bar, stick to the code.
Yo, this your boy Q Bar, and you already know I'm the host of the Barcode Podcast 414. But today, I got a very special person, man, my little sister, man, Adriana Dupree. You know, she pulled up on your boy, man. About time, right? Because we
I know.
rescheduled how many times?
We've been trying to do this for months now.
Yeah, we have. But before we get into the show, I got to give you your flowers, sis. And I really do appreciate you taking the time out your day, pulling up to your bro podcast, showing some love. I do. I appreciate that. So, yeah, she's a Milwaukee King High School alumni, class of 2015. Yeah. She's a 2021 University of Wisconsin OSHKOSH graduate, and she currently enrolled at the same school, OSHKOSH, getting her master's right now in sports medicine. Y'all give it up for Adriana Dupree, aka DeDe. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm back out west. I'm feeling real good.
I'm already knowing. It's raining here right now.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
You look like you tired right now and stressed from school. You stressed?
Yes and no. I don't got classes right now. I'm just in my clinical, so it's not too bad.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, before we, go into your journey, I got some trivia for you. Wake you up a little bit. You know I'm silly. So the first one is, right? First question I got for you is, what is a group of flamingos called?
I don't know. A flock.
Oh, that was a good one. No, flamboyance.
Oh, that's a good one.
I looked these up. I was in tears like, dude, what the hell is this? You know what? I'm writing that down. Okay.
I was not expecting
that. No, the next one. How many days long did the longest Monopoly game last? Monopoly is intense.
I know. I say 2 days.
2? Wow. The answer is 70 days.
70?
I'm
not in there playing Monopoly for no 70 days.
That's what I'm saying. I said, damn, this shit, that's some intense shit right there.
That's too long.
Last one. Now, this might be a little tricky.
Okay.
Because 2 of these players are your favorite players, but I'm interested to see what your answer is. Brad Newman Jr. or Enrique?
Enrique?
Yeah, Enrique. Did I say it right? Enrique?
Enrique.
Okay.
Ooh. Come on now. This is an easy question. I got my man.
Hey, shout out to my bro, Brad Newman Jr. And I can't forget, sis. My bad. Congratulations on the proposal, the engagement. Floss it off, girl. Yeah. Yeah. But no, thank you for participating in that. I like to, warm up the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Bring a little excitement before we get into the interview. But I'm gonna start off with who influenced you to play sports? I know you ran track and played basketball.
I don't know. I just always was into sports for real. I only got one sister and we 12 years apart. So we didn't really kick it. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, not until I got older, but she was doing her own thing. So it wasn't really nothing for me to do but play sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my parents, they really was you need to get into something. They didn't want me just out here, how some of these girls can be and stuff growing up. So they like, they gonna get me into as much stuff as possible. So yeah, like it just came natural, I guess. Um, I played basketball, soccer, uh, I ran track, all that. So
Oh yeah, so yeah, and I bet when you was playing these sports, you was a real fiery player. I didn't
yeah,
know what DD I was gonna get today. Like, am I gonna get the nice one, the silly one, or here the fuck up, Q? Which one? I didn't know. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Especially like when I was younger, I was very into the game. It didn't matter what sport. I could be in gym class playing volleyball, and I'm very competitive when I need to be.
And first, like, if you want to tell the audience now, I know your ethnicity. Is that right? Ethnicity?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, just making sure. I went to Vincent, but whatever. But
Yeah.
your ethnicity,
Um,
that you mix
my
with.
my dad is black, and my mom is Mexican. So Mexican and black. My mom is full Mexican, so I'm half Mexican, half black.
Okay, so you not speak Spanish.
I do. Fluent in Spanish. I actually have my minor in Spanish as well.
Oh, oh man, shout out to sis, man. Yes, doing your thing, doing your thing. And a funny story too, y'all. Believe it or not, I knew DeDe played sports, but we was at her fiance house, and like, I don't know where we got your highlight tape from,
I
but
I don't know.
he pulls up the highlight tape, y'all, and here this small black and Mexican girl running so fast, making layups, making threes, and just so short. And I think I was just so shocked and blown away because I'm like, hold on, you can shoot like, hold on, you can play basketball. So
People always that my whole life just like you look like you. I don't know, as a cheerleader. That's what they always used to tell me. You look like you're a cheerleader. I'm like the furthest from. I am an athlete. I don't play no more. But then you know what I'm saying? Like I was an athlete, and yeah, so that's not a surprise that you were surprised when you seen that.
okay, okay, good, good. Now, now we all know the history of King High School. The
Mhm.
education there is really, really good, and their sports is really, really good. When choosing King for you, did you choose it for athletics, education, or both?
Um, it kind of was more so for the education.
Yeah,
Um, I knew the sport was gonna come with that. Because when people get into King, like you gotta take a test to
yeah,
get in. It's rare that you just get into King to just getting into King. Like unless you like really good, top tier at sports, like you're not going to King without taking the test that they make you take. So yeah, it was more so about the education because I came out of middle school not really knowing if I wanted to continue to play sports.
hmm,
So because it was really competitive, and like I didn't know if I wanted to like put sports above my education. So
yeah,
um yeah, it was definitely more so for the education.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when getting there, like, I'm pretty sure you seen your peers play, these sports, running track, all that type of stuff. When you actually got there, though, that's when the excitement came because you played. I mean, but you said you ran track. Did you
Yeah.
do soccer at King, or you just did basketball and track?
I only ran track in middle school. I stopped
No.
running track when I got to high school, but I played soccer and basketball when I got to King.
Oh, wow. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So you didn't really feel like you really loved the game though like that, did you?
I did. I did love it. Like it was basketball was my main sport for sure. Um, but it just came with so much, like with the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the politics and all of that. I really wasn't into that once, I got to high school. I just wanted to play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. I feel you on that. But you got a chance to play varsity, of course.
yeah.
You
After
can't you after what year?
after my freshman year, I played JV my freshman year.
Mhm.
And I got moved up towards the end, and I was practicing with varsity, and then I played varsity from my sophomore year to my senior year, obviously. And it wasn't until my sophomore year that I started playing soccer, and I
Mm.
I was on the varsity team, on the soccer team as well.
Oh, okay. So you were very, very talented. Like, come on now.
I
Got
mean,
moved up after a freshman, like practicing with varsity. Like, that don't
yeah,
happen to a lot of freshmen.
nah, I don't. And we had a really good team my freshman year. Like we had Alexis Eccles, we had Aviana Young. I think Eccles went to Drake University.
Okay.
And Avi went to Madison. But I think she went to UWM first or something like that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we had some really good talent at King my freshman year. So
Okay. Well, who was like some of the tougher teams that y'all had to play? If you could remember, I ain't calling
um,
you old. I'm just saying.
no, it was always it was Riverside. That was like our main rival. I don't know how it is today, but I know growing up that was always the rivalry was Riverside and King. Um, and then uh, I don't really think Vincent.
Oh,
No,
oh, look at you. You want to start off with Vincent. Okay, you know what? Times have changed. Okay.
no, Vincent. They had a squad too for sure. And then it was always the like suburban schools that we had to beat.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so funny that you choose Vincent first. See, you know what? This is what I'm talking about. These king people, man. You know what I'm saying? No. So when you was on varsity though, you know, for basketball, what was your role? Did you consider yourself a role player? Did you start? Like, how did that
Oh yeah,
go for you?
because we had our point guard was Shaquila Fowler. I don't know if you ever heard of her, but she she probably had the best handles out of the girls in the whole state. Like crazy on the string, wasn't going nowhere. Um, and so I definitely was a role player, shooter for sure, shooter, um, defensive player, very aggressive, a lot of energy, stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when you say aggressive, if you don't mind telling the audience how tall you are.
I'm 5'2".
Okay, so y'all hear that? She was very aggressive she was known for defense and she
Yeah,
was 5'2". So
5'2", probably like at the time like 115, 20 pounds. Yeah.
it's the heart, y'all. It's the
Yeah.
heart. It's the heart. Yeah, 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 yeah. So on the flip side, because when is soccer season? Is that at the same time as baseball season or no?
Like in the spring.
In the spring.
Yeah.
So okay. How did you, even though you were young, how were you able to like keep your focus on schoolwork? Basketball season like just got done, and then now you preparing for a whole nother sport. Like,
Right.
if you can take us back, back then, like how did you like stay focused doing all of that?
Um, I think it just had a lot to do with the fact that I just was trying to have fun. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I didn't really take sports like too serious. You know what I mean? Like it was just about being there in the moment, like having fun with my peers, winning games because we won conference championships, and I think all 3 years that I was there on the soccer team as well. So um it just was about being in the moment, and honestly I didn't know if I wanted to go to college right away.
Yeah.
So like school really like came easy for me. So I just was enjoying my time being there, and also my parents was they wasn't strict, but they really like encouraged me to, stay focused, because all that other stuff gonna come eventually. You know what I mean? Like going to parties and whatever. Don't get me wrong, I went to parties and stuff like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that.
Yeah, we
uh,
all.
but they just was always like, just do what you gotta do, get through, and you'll be straight. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And with you and your sister having like a age gap, you said 12 years apart. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure when you was in high school, she was grown.
right,
Um, like how supportive were your parents? Because I know your parents and they are like cool and dope as heck.
yeah.
Shout out to them. I love them for real. But how supportive were they, during your time in high school and stuff?
Very, very important. Whatever I need, it was never really no question. Um, and I also didn't ask for much because in high school, like, I wouldn't say I was like a tomboy, but like I wasn't really into
You was
like,
gangster.
yeah, like I wasn't really into like getting my hair done and nails done and all that extra stuff. Um, so it wasn't really much, for them to be like, no, I can't do this, or no, I can't do that, because it was stuff that I actually needed. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, they would be at all my games. We would have like uh fundraisers and stuff for the teens, and my mom and dad would take them to their church to
Hmm.
put buy stuff or put in money or whatever was going on. So they was very supportive of everything that I did. Still to
Yeah.
this day they are. So
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to your parents. I love them. Oh man, I love them. Hey, when we won all county, did you see your dad like run on the court and I gave him a big hug?
Stan, he was going. My cousin was there. Him, and my cousin was going back and forth because he was cheering for the other team. So
Come on, cuz. How you gonna go against, man? Come on, man. Get it together, cuz.
right.
Yep, yep. So did y'all get a chance to go upstate? You ever experienced that? Going upstate? No?
No, not my years being there. The year that my freshman year, they went up to state, so I had just missed, that cutoff of being able to see that. But we we came close every year, but we never went up to state.
Just never went. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And before I ask you the next question I'm gonna ask, how supportive was your head coach during the time? Like, not just, and I asked that because a lot of us went through in high school, DD, where we gave our, blood, sweat, and tears to our coach. And then our senior year, when we looking for a scholarship or a school to go to, it's
Right,
like, damn, boom, they gone. You know what I'm saying? Or we felt like we ain't got that support. How
right.
was it for you?
Um, I didn't get that support at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. He had, his. I don't want to say. I
His favorites?
yeah. Um, where, and his favorites were already. They had already had, the opportunities to get the scholarships and all that stuff like that. So, when he wasn't as supportive, it was just like, damn, like they already got their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for him not to help those who was trying to at least like a JUCO or something, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to go D1 or nothing like that, but it still would have been nice to have something. Um, but yeah, he wasn't. At least for me, I can't speak for the rest of my team, but I know for me, he didn't help me at all. Um, the the only reason I had the schools that I had that I was going to go to was I had played in this like all-star game or something. It was at the Bradley Center. It was the Bradley Center at the time.
Yeah.
Um, and it was like it was two of us from King that had played in it, and then I think like Dominican was in it, uh, and like some other schools I can't even remember, but that was the only reason I had got the schools that I had at the time, because I had played in that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I know it'd be so frustrating even talking about it because, like I said, a lot of us went through that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, and it sucked because as you get older and you look back at it, it's like, damn, was you
Right.
using me or was she using me? Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So, what about soccer? You did pretty
Um,
good in soccer, or you
yeah,
just
I did. I just, like I said, soccer wasn't really my sport. I just was playing. I literally, like, I just was playing to be playing. And I also, soccer is different. Like, if you not, soccer is like one of those sports where you got to start from like young
yeah,
to older to really get noticed in that game, because it's not like basketball where it's a one person gonna stand out more than the rest. You know what I mean? Like, everybody played a role on a soccer team.
yeah,
Um, like I said, I didn't start playing until my sophomore year in high school, so wasn't nobody really looking at me, and I didn't play like a offensive player. I was defensive.
oh, okay,
But I didn't really care. Like, I
yeah,
was playing for real. So,
yeah. I feel you on that. Yeah, well, listen, obviously, well, I know, but you wind up going to college, so you go to the All Star. You do the All Star event, and
mhm.
then schools was looking at you. What direction did you want to go to once you like graduated? What was your college journey?
um, like I said, I didn't know. I didn't know what I wanted to do for real. Um, I didn't really think about going to college like that up until my end years in high school. And not because it wasn't an option. It was just like, do I really want to go back to school type shit.
Yeah,
So, um, but I knew that, what else was I gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't about to start no business, do hair or nail. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing like that. So, and I'm not saying that's the only thing that you could do, but
yeah,
that's not easy money, but like good money for doing something like that. Um, so once I got to like my junior senior year, I was like, well, I got to figure something out. So,
yeah.
what was the question again?
No, I'm saying like once you you just start smirking. What's the question again? No, I'm saying after the All Star, like, what was your direction with college? Like, did you go straight to Superior, like
Oh,
right after, or no?
yeah. I met, I think he was like an assistant coach at the time at Superior. And I met him. He was like, I got this team is in Superior, Wisconsin. I'm like, I don't even know where that was at. like, I'm like, okay, like, he gave me his number and all that. We kept in contact. So yeah, right after I graduated, I got to talk to the coach and all that, and that was it. And I went up there. It was like
Yeah,
six, 5.5, 6 hours away from the
yeah,
city. So
yeah, uh-huh, yeah. If
yeah,
y'all don't know what Superior is like right next to Duluth, and
it
then
is.
Masabi is an hour away from Duluth. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't, yeah. You being from Milwaukee,
ain't nothing
that's
up there.
exactly a city guy. How the heck? Because I'm gonna keep it 100. When I went to Masabi, I only reason I last is because I had other Milwaukee guys out there. You feel what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
show, like you out there by yourself, or did you have some people with you when you went there?
I went there all by myself,
Yeah,
and
was it a culture shock?
definitely, definitely a culture shock. I like all my teammates. They was white. It was like one other mixed girl, but she was white and black, but more so white. So, um, you
I try not to laugh. Sheesh.
know how that go. So yeah, it was definitely a culture shock. I can say though, it was like on the guys team, it was a lot, or not a lot. It was some black dudes on the team, and they was from like the cities like in Minnesota. It was a dude from Arizona. Um, it was a dude from DC, and they was all cool, like cool as hell. And they really, um Oh, and it was another girl. She was also Black and Mexican.
Yeah, okay.
But they really got me through school for sure. Those 2 years that I was there. Um, and we used to drive up to Masabi a lot.
Oh my God. You talking about where the one grocery store, the one KFC, the one McDonald's, that place? Oh yeah. No, but I love Masabi though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know, but
yeah. We was gonna leave it at that.
y'all going the wrong way. Duluth got the mall. They got did they still have that club there when you was there, Stargate?
Hmm. They did.
Oh,
Yep.
that's all we had, dude. I'm telling you, that club was boy, listen.
Yeah.
No, but you do your 2 years there and
Yep.
then you decide to bounce.
Yep.
Once you leave, you go on the other side of the world almost. You go to Central State, which is
Yep.
in Ohio.
Yep.
So what made you make that transition after thugging it out for 2 years?
Well, like I said, it was a culture shock. Like being up there with, not very many Black people. I wasn't used to it. Um, and the coach that I was playing for, we didn't really get along like that. So I was like, it's time for me to go. Like, ain't no point in me being all the way up here and I'm not doing what I want to do. So,
Yeah.
um, going to Central State, I always wanted to go to a HBCU. That was like my top thing that if I was gonna go to school, that's where I wanted to go. Um, and I had a teammate that she transferred from Lincoln
Yeah.
University. Um, and she went there, and I also had some other friends from high school that was going there. So I was like, well, it's a smaller HBCU, so it wasn't that expensive because I wasn't on scholarship or anything like that.
Okay.
Um, and it was still about the same distance, like I think it was like 4 or 5 hours from Milwaukee. Um, and like I said, it was an HBCU, so I was like, and they had the program that I was going into for school. So I was like, well, I feel like this would be a good, transition for me. I know people there. I'll be with my people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
still be able to get the education that I need.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was why I
Yeah.
had went there.
Okay. Now, before going to Central State, did you have a major? Because I know a lot of us don't pick our major like soon as we get in college. We kind of
Right.
wait. Did you have like would you had your major while you was at Superior? Like
Yeah.
picked one?
After my freshman year, I picked my major because I was still undecided. I was in between physical therapy and athletic training. So
Okay.
um the only reason I didn't do PT was because it was more schooling and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, that's like 8 years,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Some
now it's because it's a doctorate.
Yeah.
So, but then I think it was still a 4 or 6 year.
Yeah.
Um, but with everything that had happened, I could have gone to PT. I'll get into that another time. But um, yeah, so I was like, that was that.
Yeah. Yeah. But then when you go to Central State, you don't even play sports.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, you don't play sports. You go there for school. Now, the
Yeah,
question I'm going to ask you is it was the reason why I picked my schools that I did, being around Caucasians. Because I
right,
know if I'm playing basketball around my peoples, I'm going to feel like I'm in Milwaukee Vincent again.
right.
So, so when you went there, were you focused on your schoolwork? You weren't playing no sports. Were you focused on your schoolwork?
Yeah. I mean, it was always something to do. There was always parties and kickbacks and all that type of stuff there. But I think I left like a 3.8.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
but I was only there for a semester, so. But that's what I ended up leaving with. So I was definitely still getting my work done. and have fun at the same time. And it made it easier that I wasn't playing sports.
Yeah, you was more locked in once
Yeah.
you. Yeah, yeah. Now, why a semester? Oh
So,
man, here go the smirk, y'all. It must be something. I'm sorry. Did I ask the wrong question?
so before I went, because I was iffy about whether or not my credits would transfer,
Mm,
and I was on the advisors all the time, like making sure, because I didn't want to go all the way out there, spend money I didn't have to spend just for my my stuff not to transfer over. And
yeah.
the thing about Central State was they, when it came to like the financial aid office and the admissions office and stuff like that, it was very unorganized. That's one thing I
Mm,
about that school.
yeah.
Very unorganized. They had students working, on the phones and answering questions and stuff, and clearly they didn't know what they was talking about.
Yeah.
So like I said, before I even went there, I was on them, like making sure my credit's gonna transfer, da da da. And they tell me like, yeah, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. So after that first semester, it had came time to pick classes again. And I'm speaking with my advisor, and she tells me like, oh yeah, it shows here that you're a freshman.
Freshman. I knew you was getting to that.
It shows that you're a freshman. And at this time, I had already went through my sophomore year, so I'm really supposed to be a junior.
A junior. Mm-hmm.
Like freshman, I ain't no freshman. Like I'm 21 at the time. Like I'm not a freshman. Like what is going on? So I immediately talked to like the admin, whoever was higher than her, and I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. And she just tells me like, yeah, your credits didn't transfer over. I don't know who you spoke to that told you that your credits would transfer, but they didn't. And I was like, I'm not starting all the way
I'm
over.
not starting over. No
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
So I just was like, I'm just going to pretty much dropped out. And I just was like, I'm gonna go home, figure out what I'm gonna do. Cause at that time, like I said, I had already was supposed to be a junior. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start all the way over. Um, so yeah, I left right after that first semester, and I took the rest of the year off and figured out.
Mm,
Oh,
yeah. Now taking that year off, because that can be very, very frustrating. And
mhm.
there's a couple of things you could have done. Like I would have called Superior, like, hey, what the hell going on? You know what
Right,
I'm saying? Something. But
right,
you took that year off. Were you like in a little funk? Was you kind of down on yourself? Because that can be frustrating going to school for what, 2.5 years,
right.
and then dropping out for a year and then coming back home figuring it out when you got your mindset, this is what I want to go to college for. Like, was you in the funk around that time?
Definitely. Um, I really didn't even want to go back at that point because um it was just like you said, it was frustrating. I had stopped playing basketball. I wasn't playing sports no more. Um, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to keep bouncing back and forth from different schools. Even though I know people do it all the time, but when other people was doing it, they was doing it for basketball. So that was like different. I'm like, I'm not even playing sports and I'm bouncing back and forth from different schools. So it was very frustrating. I had to get a full-time job that I didn't want to work. Um, so it just was like trying to figure everything out was just a lot. But I still knew what I wanted to go to school for. I just
Yeah.
had to figure out where I was gonna go and where I was gonna stay.
Got you, got you. And once you did figure that out, is that when OSHKOSH came into play?
Yep.
So yeah.
OshKosh had the athletic training program. Um, and it was crazy because when I finally got back into going to school, they changed it to the master's program. So
Mm,
4 year anymore. So I would have had to go like I am now in the 2-year program. Um, so when I transferred, I was like sophomore and a half.
And you was okay with that?
Yeah, I was okay with that because it wasn't starting all the way over. It wasn't where I wanted to be, but it was better than what it was gonna get.
Yeah.
So I just accepted it. Um, I had to make up credits and all that. So yeah, once I got to OSHKOSH, it was just like it was the better option. It was far enough from home, but not too far. Um,
Hmm.
like an hour. And it wasn't expensive. And it's a smaller campus too, so I get that one-on-one time like with my professors and stuff.
Yeah, way more intimate.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I chose a small intimate college. You know, the first college, St. Cloud State. I'm like, bro, there's no way I'm gonna pay attention with 60 motherfuckers in
yeah,
class.
yeah.
I need 19.
Exactly.
15 motherfuckers in here, okay? That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But when you say sophomore and a half, and I'm glad that you're talking about this because I went through that when I was in junior college where my first year, I'm taking bullshit classes. Like I'm thinking I'm in high school again.
Right,
It kind of bit me in my ass. So
right,
when you say sophomore and a half, and I know how these schools can be sometimes with transferring credits.
right.
So you wasn't able to transfer all your credits from Superior to Oshkosh?
Nope. And what's crazy is the credits that was accepted, all the credits that was accepted was from Central State.
So Central State going there that half a semester low key saved you.
Damn near. Because they didn't accept all of my credits from Superior, but they accepted all of my credits from Central State.
All right.
And
Everybody who's listening to this, pay attention. I just said what I said. Adriana just said what she said. When you go to college, that first year is so important. Just like that first year in high school is so important. Don't
definitely.
take them bullshit classes. Go to your advisor, ask them transferable classes.
Right.
All right. All right.
For
So
real.
yeah. So you go there, they have your program. You in a much better space. I'm
Yep.
believing so, right? Right? So
Yeah.
you still around there now, and what made you want to become that? Just because you just love sports, become an athletic trainer?
Um, yeah. I always, like I said, my first option was physical therapy.
Yeah,
Um, and that was more so because I was always like intrigued with like how the body work.
yeah.
If I could have took a class in high school, like in anatomy or something like that in high school, I would have. But they ain't have that at MPS, so
Oh man, no, NPS ain't got a lot, but
yeah. So, but yeah, like I just always was, intrigued on how the body worked. And then also playing sports, like um, how do people come back from their injuries and stuff like that. And it was crazy because um, we had went. I think we played. It might have been in Brookfield Central, or I don't even know. It was one of them Brookfield schools, and
yeah,
they had an athletic trainer for their team, and I think our point guard had went to go get her ankle taped or something, and I was like, why we ain't got that? Like I never really needed, no taping or nothing like that because I never really got injured. So, um, but when I seen it, I'm like, we don't got that.
yeah,
It, we didn't have nothing like that yet. So, I think that was really like what made me think about like, damn, like if I don't, the sports stuff or whatever don't work out, like I could still be in the sports world and helping athletes at the same time.
yeah. That's dope. You already know about NPS. All we do is have someone who expose the warm-ups and give us cups of water.
Literally.
But, no knock to NPS, all right? I'm a product. But
They actually starting to get some now though. With me being in school for this, we have like conferences and stuff, and I talked to this guy who worked for Children's Hospital,
yeah,
and he was telling us about like they wanted to get trainers and stuff in NPS, and I told him like, well, I'm from Milwaukee, like we ain't never had that, and he was damn near ready to offer me a job right then and there.
yeah, yeah. Come on, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I told him like I don't know if I plan on staying in Milwaukee or whatever, but
Yeah.
If I do, I definitely would, be a part. We didn't have that growing up.
Yeah, yeah. That's dope. That's dope. So, at OSHKOSH, you you graduate and get your associates, right? No,
No, my bachelor.
your bachelor's. I'm sorry, associate is junior college.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm a product. No, but you get your degree, but then
Yep.
you decide to come back and get the master's. You in the master program. And
Mhm.
you currently in the master program, doing clinicals and all that type of stuff. How that been for you? Because it's a lot to learn. Because it's gonna be your career now, DeDe. You
Right.
feel? So
Yeah. It's good. It's a very good experience to have. It's hard because with my clinicals, because we have to get a certain amount of hours. So with the clinicals, I also, well, not right now, but my first year, um, I still had class, which was like a 3-hour class, and then still have to study, still have to find a way to make money, and go to clinicals 4 or 5 hours out of my day.
mm,
So, it's definitely not an easy program, and um, a lot of healthcare programs are difficult to get through because it is very time consuming, and with the time it's hard for you to still like hang out with your friends, or like I said, work a job. I don't right now. I don't work because I don't have time, you know what I mean. um like tomorrow I got a 12-hour clinical shift. Where
mm.
in that time do I have time to work?
Yeah, yeah,
um it's definitely not easy, but at this point it's like really what I want to do. So i, I just gotta get through it. I'm almost done though. I only got this year left and I'll be done. So
woo, woo, woo. Yeah, and everybody, y'all hearing it. When you get your master's, you got to put in the work.
for sure.
And you definitely, sacrificing, not having a job. And I'm
Right.
glad that you sticking with it though, for real, sis, because it's gonna pay off in the end now. All right. I
Better.
might be calling you in a few
It
years. Like,
better.
"Oh, sis, I borrowed $75. What's good, man? I need some gas." You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of you. I really am. You know what I'm saying? Keep, stay focused. You know what I'm saying? As as much as I talk to you and your fiance, I try to bring happiness and a smile, because I know that we all go through what we go through.
Right.
School can be very, very stressful. You know what I'm saying? So for you to, go to school and then take a year off and then go back, like that says a lot about you. So like hear it from me, okay? A guy who I left school after my junior year in college. I had one more year, because I had a son and I haven't went back since. So
Right.
to see you, go back and seeing where you at now, I'm proud of you. You feel what I'm saying? I really am. Yeah. Now, but sis, you got ATs, athletic trainers are in colleges, hospitals, clinics, professional sports teams. Once you get your master's, which one you trying to do?
um I want to start off in the college, um the college scene, um preferably working with like a basketball team, men or women's, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um, I have a clinical coming up with SMU, which is Southern Methodist University in Dallas, um, with the volleyball team. So I'm gonna see how that goes because I do like watching volleyball very much.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm that is, but for sure college, and then if it come about, hopefully, the pros.
Sis, I need some tickets.
I got
No, listen, I take tickets wherever. But I just got a few more questions, sis, because I know you tired and you've been busy. Like I said, I thank you so much for taking the time out, pulling up on your bro. No, but as far as the pros and cons, do you feel like it's gonna be pros? I mean, are there pros and cons right now, or
it definitely, I think it will be, as far as time, because people don't realize, like, athletic trainers aren't just, we don't just work people out. We don't just, come up with workouts. We do a lot of rehab. We deal with um, all kinds of different injuries that people don't even know about. You know what I mean? So um, it's a lot that comes with the job. As far as, like, I could be at practice at 6 in the morning and not leave the school till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Especially
yeah,
with college athletes, because they trying to come in, get their rehab out the way so they can go to class or go to work, or you know what I mean? So
yeah,
um it's a lot of time that's put into the job. So I think for me, it'll be, once I want to start, like my family having kids and stuff like that,
yeah,
that that'll take time away from, being with my family. But I know a lot of trainers who do it.
yeah, yeah,
They make the time. So I know if other people can do it, I can do it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yes, you can.
my my I think what I would do if it does become too much, I just would go to a high school.
Yeah,
Um, and I wouldn't want to go to any high school. I want to go to, like, a bigger, nicer high school. But if it were to come down to that, then I would probably change the scene and go to a high school. But
got you.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Family first.
for sure.
And first. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, what you think your strength and your weakness gonna be as far as being because you have the final say so, right? Because like if they hurt, are you the person? Well, are you the woman that like gives them like the green light to go back or stuff and stuff?
Um, there's like it depends, because if it's like, let's say, like an ACL injury, there's a lot of back and forth between the team doc and the trainer.
Yeah,
um because they do the MRIs and the surgeries, and they pretty much give you like a timeline of, so they should be doing this at this point in time, they should be ready at this time. But I do, because I'm gonna be the one that's working with them. The doc not gonna be working with them.
exactly.
I'm seeing the process and the progress that the athlete is making. So, in a sense, I do have, that say so of
Yeah,
whether or not they're able to return or not.
exactly. That's gonna be tough
Yeah.
because I can just imagine like if I mess my ankle up and I'm like, sis, tell them I'm straight, man.
Right.
And I really ain't straight. Well, come on, I'm trying to get back out there and hoop, man. I'm missing these
Yeah.
kicks. So that's gonna be tough because
Yeah.
you cool, you a people
Right.
person too. So you might build in relationships and they
Mm.
might like, come on, sis, man. You gotta get this right, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
And I mean, there is a like a line between like the athlete is ultimately their decision at the
yeah,
end, especially working in a college setting because they're adults at that point. So I could tell you all day, you know what I mean? You are not ready. You are not ready. You are not ready. But if they make that decision, and the coach has a lot of say so in that as well, because if they're asking me and I'm telling the coach like they're not ready, but
yeah,
the player want to play, they can play them or they don't have to play them. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. It's a lot of different opinions and stuff that goes into that. That, like I said, at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to the athlete. Because if I tell you you're not ready and you go play anyway, and you hurt yourself even more than what you already were, then
yeah.
because I told you that you wasn't ready.
Now, yeah, with you telling them that they not ready, can I jeopardize your job? You think or no?
It depends on the coach. A lot of it depends because some universities, the coaches have a big role in a lot of the decisions of the team. Because I could tell the coach like no, 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 but he cannot or he or she cannot agree with me and not like that I said that or like the way I brought it to them. And if it's I've heard like at bigger universities, like they'll get trainers fired because they don't agree with the decision that they made. So
Wow.
it's a lot that go into that for
Yeah,
sure.
I see. So I'm hoping for you and any other, AT that y'all paperwork kind of save y'all because I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure y'all gotta do paperwork,
a lot of paperwork.
sign. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that saves y'all because that's some BS.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But like I said, I appreciate you, sis, so much. Taking the time out your day, pulling up to the Barcode Podcast 414. And
Uh,
make sure y'all show some love and make sure y'all tune in and like, comment, and subscribe to the Barcode Podcast 414. And
yeah,
make sure if y'all got any questions for my little sister, Adriana, aka DeDe, y'all can reach out. All right. Thank you so much, sis.
of
Q
course.
Bar and DD's. Oh, you got any shout outs? My bad, sis.
Um, you already know I ain't gonna say too much.
She ain't gonna say too much now, y'all. She trying to be camera shy now. You know what I'm saying? But we be kicking it. What up, bro? No, that's playing. But Q Bar and Adriana Dupree is out. And don't forget, y'all, set the bar and stick to the code. Hey, love you, sis. And congratulations. Continue to work hard, okay?
Thank you.
I love, baby.